My Favorite City Home here, and today we're in the garden in the back of the house. This garden back here, you know, we probably don't pay as much attention to it as some of the other gardens. What we grow back here is we have a fig tree. We're growing some sweet potato slips, and we have some watermelon, a little bit of carrot, and cucumbers. But what I wanted to focus on today was cucumbers. I want to show you guys a neat little trick that I learned from one of my neighbors here in town. Just extraordinarily talented individual when it comes to doing a bunch of gardening, and he let me onto this trick. I didn't have everything I needed to do it the way he's doing it, but I figured out a way to do it, and it's actually working really well. So what we have here is we actually have some lattice that was on our fence before Hurricane Matthew came by and actually broke part of this lattice, so I had to replace this section. But I kept it in case I needed just a smaller section of lattice. And so if you'll see here, we have this lattice. It's sitting, it's not quite a 45-degree angle, but it's sitting at an angle with the cucumber vines growing up the lattice. And all I have it attached to the fence with is just this string right here. Nothing fancy. When we get done with cucumbers, we can go ahead and cut the string, take the lattice, put it back behind the garage. Nothing permanent, okay? So the way that Terry built his structure was he actually built a 2x4 rack. This section here is at a 45-degree angle. He put the fencing that you'd use for like goats or whatever that has a 4-inch metal gaps in there, and he built his rack that way. But if you'll see here, the cucumbers are growing up the trellis here, or the lattice, and you know, so you get all your greenery on this side, and this is the side that's going to get the most sun. But when you move around to the back here, the interesting part is that the cucumbers actually hang out the back side of it. So when you're looking at your plants and you're saying, you know, like, well, I wonder what kind of production we're getting on cucumbers. Well, when you do it this way, the greenery, for the most part, stays on the other side. Now down here, we're on this side because the plants actually are in the ground on this side of the trellis. But once they go and they pass through the other side of the trellis, the greenery, for the most part, stays on the other side of the trellis. And what happens is, as the cucumbers grow, they actually hang out this backside. And on Terry's, it's really well pronounced. Now he's got a bunch of cucumbers growing, but you know, all your cucumbers hang out this side, all your greenery's on the other side, and it is very, very easy to see what you've got as far as cucumbers growing. So I thought that was a neat little tip or trick. Thought I'd share that with you guys today. So, you know, just another way of doing something like this. Again, I'm not set up to do it the way he's doing it. He's got permanent, you know, kind of structures and all that stuff. I'm just doing it with just a sheet of lattice. But you know, it's working, and you know, you might have to go in here every once in a while and clean a little something up and poke something through, but for the most part, all the production of all the cucumbers are actually hanging out this side of the trellis, which I thought was fairly interesting. So I thought I'd show you guys how to do that. All right. So, anyways, my Tabor City Home to you. Grow some cucumbers. You know, might be worth your time, might be worth your while. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye.